and get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. An explosive 38-yard pickup. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
So the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. On second down now, it's Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
A gain of 2 brings up 88.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And that is going to be incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. To throw is Rodgers. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
Here's Irvin to return. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Rodgers. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. throwing on first down. Rodgers. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Rodgers now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Everyone's got 4 down. Back to one.
On first down, Rodgers. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter. Now Rodgers on 1st and 10. And that's complete to Adams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Geronimo Allison there to make the grab. And the Packers get a score closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
That's our own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Now Rodgers. escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers looking deep for Adams. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away. And
he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jimmy Graham, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers dancing to his left. And he checks this one down to Williams. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
it really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And Graham's got it, complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball.
Got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams there to make the grab as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone, and I believe he likes it.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got a man, that's Allison. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Now it's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down.
And 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is Allison, complete. Escapes the defender. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Geronimo Allison, 64 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive,
he's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses have a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track. And he's got the connection to the tight end, Graham. Touchdown, Packers. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. It's been quite the game for him individually, a trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete.
Do you have one of those charts that tells you to go for 2 or go for 1?
I don't. I know you do. But I don't care what the chart says there. You got to kick it, right?
I agree totally, because somewhere the chart's something's going to pop out of the chart and say, hey, man, just kick the extra point here. You're in good shape. I think they were chasing points there when they didn't need to.
Yeah, trying to get a little bit greedy, take the lead in the fourth quarter. Now they still trail by 1. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Back. Shift. Over.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Watch safety treatment. Say, we are going.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Check, Mike 42. Yeah. Switch. Hey, alert 3. Easy.
On second down, it's Jones. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop.
We got 4.
To throw is Rodgers. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop they're going to get out of here with a victory.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
It's second down and 10.
Stand on it. 158. Like 50. Tackles.
Back to throw. Rodgers. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Rodgers to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. That one good for 24 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Look out for number 3.
He's back to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And Crosby's kick is good. The veteran Mason Crosby comes through like he's done so many times before. And there'll be some happy cheeseheads tonight as the Packers have won the game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are winners here as we say